Hello everyone, Heinlein here and welcome back to my channel. So in this tutorial I will go through how to create AAA barrages. Already there are quite a lot of videos out there on how to create these barrages, especially Red Kite has a really good video on it. So you might be wondering why I am creating my own video on this subject, and the reason is pretty simple. I want to make them a little bit more realistic than what you get when you're using the standard procedure. So what do I mean by behaving more realistic? Well, if you do it the traditional way, then you will notice that the AAA units will simply just keep firing and keep firing all up until you land, basically, and end the mission. So what I want to do here is to show you how you can make them stop firing once you leave the area, which is what I would say a bit more realistic. And it also saves a little bit of computing power because DCS does not have to keep rendering and computing the units firing. So let's get right to it. Here I have already placed out two units, one Su-23 and some S60 57mm. I don't think these units in practice can run out of ammo, but I placed a logistic truck here just out of habit and because I think it looks a little bit nicer. So let's start with setting the unit up and setting a fire point. Going to press the unit like so, and normally we would press advanced waypoint and press add, but right now we're going to press triggered actions like so. Perform task and fire at point like so. Let's zoom out a bit. Yeah, let's have him fire over the airfield and let's set a zone of 2000. The zone isn't that important in my experience, it doesn't spread that much. What is important, however, is the altitude. That's 5000 like so. Now let's do the same for the Zu-23mm. Oops, the wrong one. Like so. Perform task. Fire point. And let's have it fire, yeah, basically straight up into the air. Let's 1000 altitude. Let's set it at 1000, like so. Altitude is the most important point. Now, once we have done that, let's set up our trigger zone. Set trigger zone. Let's call it, let's call it flak zone, like so. And let's make it bigger. A bit too big. Yeah, something like that. Let's place it like so. After we have done that, let's go to set rules for triggers, like so. Press new, and we're going to call this, let's just call it flag trigger. You should always name them, it makes it a lot easier. And when it goes to type, we're going to go to switch condition. I'm going to come back to Y, and let's set our condition. We're going to go to part of collision in zone, like so. And blue, flag zone, and select unit type. Let's go for airplane, because we are only going to use airplanes there. And we're going to press new on actions, and of course AI push. And we're going to select this one, press clone, and select the other one, like so. So at this point you could just as well just start the mission and fly the aircraft into the flak zone or the trigger zone, and the AAA guns would start firing and shoot their barrage. But if you want to have the anti-aircraft guns to stop fire at one point, you need to do something a little bit more, and I'm going to show you that right now. So let's go out of this. And what you're going to do is to press this one once again, And we're going to press this one and edit and set up a stop condition. You can of course start experimenting with flags and such, but I actually think it's a lot simpler just to press duration, like so. And let's set it to, let's say, 3 minutes, like so. And we're going to do the same for the other one, like here. And edit, stop condition, duration. And you know what, let's set this one to 2. And you know what, let's make this look a little bit better. Let's copy paste this and place it around Aleppo. Let's have one right here. And of course move the fire zone like so. And let's have one more right here. So let's place another one right here and have it fire out so. Okay, now I placed a couple ones around the city. Let's do the same for the S60s. Copy paste. Alright, now I have placed all these units right here. Now we need to go back here and we need to activate them all, or make them go active once we enter the trigger zone. Clone. We're just going to walk our way down. So now I have added all of them, and just for testing purposes I want to set a message. Let's see, message to all. Simply flag test. When doing testing you should always do this, because it's a really good way of debugging. If you don't get the message, then you know there's something flawed in your trigger logic. You can just erase them once you want to launch the mission. So now I'm going to explain the logic here a little. When in switch condition, the computer every 1 second, I believe, looks to see if the conditions are met. And if they are met, then the AI task goes active. I show here a little picture of how the logic works. So what this means in practice is that once we enter the trigger zone, these AI tasks will go active, and we will see that the anti-aircraft gun starts firing. And as you know, we set it to 2 and 3 minutes, and they will keep firing for 2 and 3 minutes. And they will continue doing that all up until we leave the trigger zone, and if we happen to come back, then they will start firing once again. I will show you that in just a second. Now let's add our aircraft right here. Like so. Let's go for USA. Let's pick an F-16. Like so. There we go, and let's set him in this direction. Let's go back a little. Let's put our guy here at 15,000. Let's give him night vision goggles. Let's just check our time here. It's 4 in the morning, so it's nice and dark. Now let's launch the mission and let's see how this plays out. Alright, here we are in our aircraft. Let's turn off the external lights. And let's turn on our night vision. A little bit sharper, let's dim it a little, like so. Flag test. Now we flew into the zone. Now we should see the anti-aircraft gun starts to fire. There we go. It's a really nice light show once we're using night vision goggles. And now between 2 and 3 minutes the anti-aircraft guns will just keep firing, and they will eventually stop. To reactivate it we need to exit the trigger zone and fly in again. Speeding up a little bit here. Now we can see that some of the guns have stopped firing. Alright, now we can see that all the guns have ceased fire, so let's fly into the trigger zone again. Zoom up. Speed up. And now flag test is active again. Now we flew back into the trigger zone, and now we can see that they started firing again. Let's just orbit here until they are done firing. Alright, now I skipped forward a little bit, and as you can see now there is no fire coming from the ground. Let's fly out again and let's move in for one final time. Not sure if we flew out of the trigger zone right now, but let's try it. Yep, we were outside and now we're back in. Now let's wait for the firework. And now it's going off again. So, in that way you can actually turn the anti-aircraft fire on and off again. So guys, that is pretty much what I wanted to show you in this video. Of course you can limit the... like so. Of course you can limit it in other way. Of course set up rounds expended as well if you want to do that, but I prefer to use duration. I think that's easier. And of course you can use flags, but that's a little bit more complicated, and honestly, I don't like it that much. I don't like to make things too complicated. But anyway, that is it for this video. Like and subscribe if you liked this video and you want to see more of it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.